it's creating a platform. The attention that this event has gained, and the focus, and people, I mean, the phone doesn't stop ringing with artists who want to be part of the event. We probably already now need to start thinking about 2026 and 2027. And also the allure of a sold-out event is great, because it says there's a demand for a product like this. So we're hoping and believe that this initiative will stimulate that retention of talent in the Eastern Cape. But also, we're not saying they mustn't explore. Yeah, I think it's great that our talent is exported, and as long as they bring back their money and pay rates in the city.
That's all that matters. And you mentioned, Luguti, this shows that there's hunger for such events, right? So this is the first one, right? And you also did say that you need to start to be planning for next year and the year after. When you announced it, did you think that the response would be this overwhelming, for lack of a better word to use?
To be honest, we're not really seeing that it will be this overwhelming, because most of the shows that have been in the Eastern Cape, some of them had failed, and we need to be honest, and some of them had never had this type of a demand wherein tickets are sold way before. Then it goes back again to what I've said, that ours was just to get the right team to help us to get this thing right. And we know now the trick. What is the trick? The trick is to get the right event organizers, the right team, then you get the right line-up, and ultimately you get a sold-out show.
And since you are about development, right? How much employment? Because I mean, such events, yeah, it's fun, people come to perform, but also we know the unemployment rate in South Africa. How much employment was made with the show?
For now, we have not put together the numbers, I must be honest. What we normally do after the show, we then do a report based on the statistics that we'll be collecting, based on hotels, which we must work with the tourism industry just to see the weekend, how was it in terms of the tourism industry, the hospitality, and so on and so on. Okay. So all of those numbers, we normally just be in a position to get them after the event. But we know for sure that there is a dent, as much as it's temporal. The idea again is to keep on having this type of these events consistently, in order for us to be able to ensure that we make a dent on unemployment. That's the trick. And I think if you look now at what is happening in the Eastern Cape, with the tariffs by the US, which affects greatly the auto industry, which is the anchor sector for the Eastern Cape, and Nelson Mandela Bay in particular, we ought to ensure that we invest more into the creative industry, that will then translate to the tourism industry, and in that way we'll be able to create some jobs and save some other jobs in that particular sector, whilst we are able to cushion whatever that is happening in the other sectors.
I love that you mentioned tourism, because I was going to bring it to say it looks like a win-win for everybody, you know, for Nelson Mandela Bay, for tourism, for young people. So things like this make me excited, because you're not only putting out money, it's also coming back, because you did say that you're expecting people from across the country to come.
Correct. And I think, you know, just to flesh it a little bit, if you think about we're sitting at about 6,000 tickets sold, even if it is 1,000 of those coming from out of town, those are 1,000 beds occupied in our hospitality space. Those are 1,000 people who will be spending money, shopping, entertainment, and doing other things. So as the CEO was saying, what that does, it is to ensure that we retain jobs in the tourism industry, even though events like this also create temporary opportunities. Because I mean, I can't wait to talk about the event. There's going to be food stalls there, there is a lot of entertainment, and so even that retail opportunity is for some, it's an opportunity they would not have had, to trade that weekend. So it's a win-win for the city, it's a win-win for artists, it's a win-win for the economy.
Love it, love it. And also another win is that this event is not only going to be, okay, come, Cheers on the Lake happening. There's a lot that's going to be happening from Friday. Tell me about that.
Friday, there is a gala dinner in the main, where we're hoping to bring in all stakeholders in one room, and we'll be deliberating again in terms of the future of the economy of Nelson Mandela Bay and the future of events of this nature. Once you bring in, various, people in one room, you are able to plan better for the future, because ideally, we would want to take this event to higher levels in the next year. And we can't do that without all other relevant stakeholders, and we need to ensure that we come together and discuss on what else that we need to do, how can we improve further, and how can we grow this particular event. And ultimately, how do we then ensure that we give recognition to those that have already made it, in order for us to encourage those that are still upcoming not to give up on their dreams and hopes, especially in relation to participation in this particular industry. You would know by now that there are a lot of those young ones that comes to Johannesburg with a dream of becoming artists, but they go back not having made it here. So we also need to give them hope, coach them, and still say whatever that you could not make or you could not get in Johannesburg, there is home, there is a platform that we've created, and let's walk this journey together and see if you can make it here at home. That's the whole plan for Friday. It's those deliberating and those engagements, it's those recognition for those who have made it, and it's those words of encouragement for those who have not made it, and then it's the call for a united Eastern Cape, a united